I was just in this tremendously blinding light, but it wasn't just light. It was, we describe it as love. It was the most unbelievable, overwhelming feeling of love that I've ever felt in my life. I mean, in any loving moments before that and after that, delivering my child and this kind of stuff, every moment is beautiful, but does not even compare to the intensity and the complete volume, endless volume of love that was there. It was it was who we are. It was our level of consciousness that was just pure love flowing. It was just flowing. And it was so intoxicating.
I kind of want to be here for my family. I do crave that God experience, and I miss it. But I do know that, I do have to be here for my family, and that's priority for me. What was interesting is that in the moment that I was with God and almost ready to succumb and say, that's it, I'm going with you, I wasn't thinking about my family at that time, because I kind of figured I'm dead, there's nothing they can do or I can do about it. But what was interesting is that God knew about my family, and he knew what was going on.
My breathing stopped, and when that happened, and I was under general anesthesia at the time that this happened, and when my breathing stopped, I shot out backwards through the top of my head. I was laying down, and I actually, the best way I can explain the way it feels is if you're in a pool and you grab onto the side of the pool and you put your legs against the side of the pool and push yourself off real fast. It was like that, but a lot smoother when I came out of my body. And when I came out, it was such a cool feeling. And the first thing I felt was this really strong warmth. It's like anybody who's had any kind of really good narcotics in the hospital would know this feeling, because it reminds me a lot like I have chronic pain to this day, so I've had to get a lot of different types of drugs in the hospital the last decade and a half. So it's kind of like the best drug you've ever had without all the side effects, without the nausea, without all that. It's kind of like you just had the good feeling and nothing else. It's kind of like that, but times a million. And what these I've watched a couple of episodes on your podcast, and I've only known you for a couple of weeks, so I've watched a couple, and some people say that they call it love. Yes, it's love. I agree with them, but it's something you can't describe in any language that I know yet. It's like this is like, you feel this warmth, and it was almost like I was being embraced, and as I was kicking out of my body, like I had this it's like somebody was like helping me, holding me so I wouldn't come out too fast, kind of thing. And I was just like, no more pain, because up to that point I was in severe pain. The pain was so bad before this surgery, this 5th surgery I had. I was over it. I did not want to be in this body anymore. I was just ready to give up and, move to Oregon and have assisted suicide or something. That's how bad the pain was. But when this happened, there was no pain. It was just like, it was just like somebody gave me the shot of the best drug you can ever imagine. And that's how this love they're describing feels. I'm sure they would agree with me on this.
But this light was so intoxicating, better than chocolate, so intoxicating that I not only did not want to even look at that blackness and darkness, I wanted to be one with it. But again, I was reminded, you promised and you were going to do this thing. And so I chose to go back.
Beautiful. I mean, it's like euphoric. It's like pure ecstasy. It is just, it overtakes you, almost become intoxicated with it. It smells kind of like roses, sweet roses, but it's beyond. It's kind of got a woodsy, oh, I don't know. It's just very rich. It intoxicates your whole body. It's just like pure ecstasy.
So we're always trying to fill an emptiness, because that's what our brain senses, that we need to be satiated. So instead of so love becomes transactional, because we need it. We aren't living as love. We need to get it from other places. So and so I thought to myself, love should be transformational, not transactional. And I started really meditating on that feeling of that I got when Father God was with me, that just gives you that oxytocin rush. So it's like spiritual feeling of love. And then it's like you get an actual chemicals that kick into your body.
And he slowly disappeared, and then I was just watching myself on the operating table where the doctors shot me with the shot that saved my life. And I woke up on the table and I was punching the doctors because I wanted to go back to that place so bad.